When's the last time you had a checkup, as in a self-worth checkup? I'm betting if you're anything like me, the answer is never. So we're going to change all of that today with Jennifer John from The Sacred Space. Jennifer is a certified cognitive behavioral and relationship coach, Unstuck Expert, author, and co-founder of The Sacred Space Coaching. Together with Denise Chand, The Sacred Space is helping women across North America make empowering shifts to get unstuck in life and relationships and become unstoppable. Welcome back, Jennifer.
Hi, Candace. So nice to be here today.
It's great to have you. I love the topic of today's conversation because, we think about checkups, in terms of going to maybe our family doctor or a psychologist. But this is really a good way to check in with where we're at emotionally, right?
It is so important because, especially with everything that's going on with our mental health and our own well-being, to have to purpose for ourselves to have that check-in, with ourselves or with someone that we actually, value and trust, that we can check in with them. Where are we at with respect to our self-worth? Because it has such an impact on every area of our life that most of us are not conscious of. I read this study that said 85% of successful people struggle with self-worth. That's a lot of people. A high percentage of them struggle with self-worth. And that's the value that they attribute to themselves, right? That's that inner value that you belong, that you're good enough, that you feel secure in yourself. And if so many people are struggling with this, it warrants us to, check in with ourselves, check in and see where we at with our own self-worth. How do we view ourselves?
So is this so when you do this, do you use like an actual physical checklist?
You can create one for yourself, or just basically journal it and see where you're at. Like, how do I view myself? How do I perceive myself? What value do I give myself? I was thinking about this the other day because we can so easily and readily give value to other things and, and attribute value to these things and do it accurately. But when it comes to our own self-worth, our sense of worthiness, we struggle with that. We tend to undervalue ourselves. And so, just taking some time out, again, it comes with awareness, taking that time out, spending time with yourself, sitting with yourself, and really thinking about the value that you attribute to yourself.
Can we go a little deeper on journaling for a second?
Mm.
Because I used to think that journaling meant I had to, write complete sentences, like I was writing Shakespearean novels here or something.
Not at all. You know what? I used to be of that mindset, right? Because when you think of journaling, you're thinking, oh my God, you're writing endlessly. No, it's actually journaling is relative to the person. And so if you're that type of person that is very expressive and likes to, really dig in and write, you can do that and that will work for you. But if you're not, whatever it is, find the spot, find your spot, find your place, find what works for you, right? I like to jot down points, right? And so that works for me. And then as you do that, whatever it is that makes you connect, that if you were to go back to this, you would know exactly what you meant, where you're at, and how you view yourself so that it can help you move yourself forward.
Yeah, I think we put this crazy pressure on ourselves when we think about journaling.
Way too much pressure.
Oh,
way
yeah,
too
like
much
it has
pressure.
to be this
It's
beautiful literary masterpiece, and it doesn't.
No,
And
it doesn't have to be like a 1,500, word essay either. It literally, is it a value to you? And that's what you want to get at, right? Is this working for me? So, you take a piece, but you sit down, you let your thoughts flow, and whatever comes to you when you think of yourself, when you think of your worthiness, when you think of, are you good enough? When you think of, are you worthy of love? Are you worthy of the things that you desire for yourself? And start writing the things that come to your mind. Are there things that get in the way? Thoughts that get in the way, that sort of say, well, no, you're not good enough because, or remember when this happened. And, this relationship or this rejection or this mistake or this, sort of sense of failure, jot those things down, because these are the things that are sort of getting in the way of you truly valuing yourself. And these are the things that we need to pay attention to.
I was going to ask you, like how often should we be doing this? Like annually, like we do with our doctor. But now that I'm listening to you, I'm thinking we should be doing this every time we have sort of self-doubt or we feel like we're less than or not worthy. Is that
Or you
sort of the
feel
idea?
stuck. Yes. Whenever you feel stuck, whenever you feel you can't move forward, whenever you feel there's something that's causing you to really self-doubt, causing you to become very anxious. And it's not just a one-off instance. You're noticing it's becoming a little bit more repetitive. Do a self-check. Block some time off for yourself and do that check and go through it to get to what is it that's causing me to feel this way, what's influencing and impacting the way that I view myself, the way that I feel about myself, because that's really going to tell you, do you feel good about yourself?
Right. And so
Right.
you've been doing this with us since you and Denise have been doing these
Right.
since January.
Yes.
And so I want people to be able to go back and go through all of the interviews and all of the work. So let's share where people can find everything they need with the sacred space right now.
Everything that they need with the sacred space can be found at www.the-sacredspace.com. And then you'll find our Facebook, the 21-day challenge, where we actually walk you through 21 days of just really, stopping the self-sabotage. Part of the issue with, having a low sense of worth is that you tend to sabotage yourself as a result of it. And so just getting to the root of what's causing that self-sabotage. So we have that 21-day challenge that you can go on Facebook and you can find it there. And again, www.the-sacredspace.com.
Okay. And I'll quickly just mention too, on whatshesaidtalk.com, you and Denise have been sharing monthly blog posts where we insert the interview and you sort of get the opportunity to expand on the conversation.
We go deeper into the reasons behind the self-sabotage, the things that we do unaware, and just getting to that place of awareness. We spent a lot of time talking about awareness, and now we're delving into putting into practice the very things that now we've become aware of, right? Because change comes first when we are aware that there is an issue or that needs to change.
All right. Incredible. This has been a great journey with you so far. I'm really looking forward to our last few episodes as we approach the end of the year. So Jennifer, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Candace. It's been a pleasure.